Hello friends, fellow dancers. I'm excited to be here today to share with you some ideas on swing and jive. Before I do that, I want to give a shout out to Eddie Albo, who's the owner of Century Dance Studio here. A week or so ago, he just reached out and just sent me a little text asking me how I was feeling and what's up and everything, and I just thought it was so nice. And so we got together and thought, hey, they already did a couple other classes, so I like to do my part in sharing and doing a class as well. So I want to thank him for reaching out. And just in general, I think in this time of life that we're facing already, it probably is a good idea to reach out and just if you haven't had a chance to talk to somebody through email or text, go ahead and reach out to them, because it was really nice of Eddie to do that to me, and it brought me here, and that makes me feel close to all of you guys, because it's been about 3 weeks since I've had a chance to teach or say hi to any of you. So it's kind of a milestone. It's also been 3 weeks since I've had a shirt and tie on, so I don't think I've gone this long without a shirt and tie or dancing. I guess for the last 50 plus years, I've danced somewhat almost every day, and this is the first time that I've had this 3 weeks off. So this is a great chance for me to get back on the floor and dance and share a little bit with you. So with all that said, we're going to talk a little bit about swing and jive. And before we do that, we're just going to have you all stand up, or if you want to sit down and watch and do it, but it's meant to get you guys up on the floor and dance and give a little bit of an exercise as well. All right, first thing I'm going to do is, whenever I was doing jive and swing, I always wanted to warm up my legs by picking them up off the floor. Now, you may think, okay, what's that for? Well, as I'm picking my feet up the floor, I'm going to move on the side of it. You're going to see that I'm going to use my feet, and so I'm not just picking up my foot like this. I'm actually rolling through, which takes my weight forward, but I'm rolling through from the heel off to the ball off to the toe. So every time I pick up my foot, there's a pressure that rolls through the floor. So you're going to see that also brings me forward over the ball of my foot, but it also makes me use my feet. Another thing as I'm doing that is, every time my knee comes up, there's a slight, I guess what you call it, a breath in quality, that I'm using my center, and that pull in, for those who are interested, if you look up Google pleating contractions in modern dance, it's sort of an idea where you take your center and pull everything in, and that pulls your leg up as well. So it engages your center. One more thing is, if you ever think about it, I'm picking up my legs, which means I'm bending my knees. Every time I bend my knee, it's what is defined as hip action, bending and straightening the knee. So as I pick up my left knee, my right hip gets a little bit involved, or the other way. So by just picking up my legs, I'm doing three things. I'm involving my feet, getting used to the floor pressure. I'm involving my core, my center, because every time I put my foot, my center pulls in and I strengthen my core. But I'm also now swinging my hips slightly from side to side, because that's what I do when I bend my knees. So if I were doing it slowly to music, I would do 1, 2, 1, 2, or if in jive, I could pick it up a little bit more, but I'm still using my feet, and as you can see, I'm swinging my legs from side to side. So that's what I'm trying to do to warm up. So that's the first thing that I would do if I was taking a class and doing it in front of a bunch of you. So now that you can do it, you can get off your chairs and try it with me. All right, and we'll try it first with slow music. So I'll have an assistant put some music on. It's Sergio, for those who know Sergio. But he's going to put on some swing music for me first, for slow music. And we're just going to do even time. 5, 6, ready, go. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, a 1, 2. As you can see, as I go to up, 2, 1, 2, a 1, 2. So every time I do it, my hips are swinging from side to side. I'm pulling my center in, and I'm going up. Now it'll be faster. Now I'm going to do jive speed. So you're going to see I'm still going to use the same actions with my legs. A 5, a 6, a 7, 8, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1. stop right there. All right. So that's what I would do to warm up with everything. Now it has been, like I said, about 3 weeks, so there's a little out of breathness doing that. So, but you can keep doing that if you want to. Keep practicing that with your own music at home. Now the nice thing about doing this through YouTube, you can turn it off, stop, pause, go binge watch another show or whatever, come back and practice again. Now, that's what I do to warm up the legs, the feet, the hips. Now, what we want to do is cover 3 aspects of the swing and jive. All right, now that you're all warmed up with using your legs, by pushing off the floor with your feet, bending your knees, swinging the hips from side to side and using your core, we're now going to add the triple, all right? So what I want to do is when I talk about the triple, I want to basically focus on 3 things. One is your foot placement, one is your footwork, and one is the rhythm. So if we can get those 3 things done today and you're dancing it with the basic, you'll find that you're dancing whatever steps, whether it's a change of places, an arch, a cuddle, stop and go, whatever step it may be. If you're doing your basic action well, all the steps come together really well. So what I want to do is talk about foot placement first. One of the biggest problems when we do a foot placement is that we step too big on the first step. And what I see happening is I see big step, step, and big step, step, a rock step, big step, step, big step, step, a rock step. So what that would be foot placement wise is a side step. And what I want is my first step to be almost in place. So when I do my first step, it's going to be small, small, big, or in place, in place, in place, step, in place, step. All right, so whenever I do my triples, I'm not trying to chase. If I take a big step, I'm chasing my feet. And if I take a nice small step, small, small, big, then my feet are chasing my body. And you can see, because I've bent my right knee here, my left hip is going to the side. That sends my rib cage the other direction. So my feet are chasing my body. So basically my body is moving first, and then my body chases, or my legs chase after my body. So you have a commencement of movement through the body first, the legs catch up. Whereas if you try this, and you will probably watch, when we get back to social dancing, you'll see a lot of people just take a step like that. So it's uncomfortable. So the first thing in the foot placement, I want to feel that I'm taking a small, small, big. So I do a rock step here, and then I'm going to do a small, small, big, small, small, big. And then I do a rock step. If I was the leader, I'm rocking with the left foot. If I'm the follower, I rock with the right foot. And small, small, big, small, small, big. And that is whether I'm going under the arm. If I was a follower, I'd still do small, small step, small, small step, or rock step. If I was a leader, I wouldn't try to step and lead them. I'm going to do the same thing, small, small step, small, small step, or rock step, small, small, big. So that's the first thing I want you to really practice when you're doing your triple step. So let's practice it as a leader first. And what I'm going to do is also do the rock step. So the rock step, we didn't get a chance to talk about, but the rock step is a back step. And when you step back, it's what we call Latin cross or Cuban cross. It's kind of heel to toe. So I'm extending my foot back. It's not a big step. And I don't want to, because it's a fast dance, I don't want to transfer my weight all the way back as if I was doing a rumba back break. It's a transfer slightly backwards, keep my weight forward. So I'm going back, rock step, and then I do my small, small, big, small, small, big. Now, one of the things that we do when we do this is, again, I don't want to open my legs up, so I'll do it face on. As you can see, my foot is now heel to toe, slightly turned out, and it's what we call the Cuban cross. And then I do my small, small, big, and there's my chasse. All right, and I can do that as a follower. I do my rock step, small, small, big, small, small, big, rock step. Okay, so that's basically what I would like you to practice with me on your own when you're dancing just a chasse. And again, you're going to do that all the time with your steps. Now with footwork, I also want to add in the knee action. We were practicing earlier, picking up the knees. Now, anytime that we're dancing, we want to use the knee action as the preparation. So as I prepare for my rock step, I'm going to be releasing that foot. So that's my 1, 2, So I pick up again. 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, my knee action is coming up before every whole beat. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I'm saying if I was doing swing, I was saying and 1, and 2, and 3. Because in swing, it's a little bit slower, so I do half whole, jive a little faster, so I do 3/4, 1. But basically, what I want you to be able to do is watch my knee action. My knee action comes up. I roll through the foot, my knee action comes up, and I pick it up again. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now, when we talk about foot work, is what part of the foot I'm using. When I do my chassé, there's a couple options. The one that I prefer is using the ball of the foot. Now, as I press down, the ball of the foot's being used, and that's what slides or brings my other foot in. So it's ball, ball, flat. Now, you could do ball, flat, or ball, ball, but for me, the most comfortable that I have found is to use ball, ball, flat. So when I do my chassé, I'm going to do ball of foot. And another thing to think about, when I do ball of foot, we do have a hip action, we do have the knee action, but what we don't want is a sway action or a leaning action. What I'm trying to do when I use my ball of my foot is to pull myself up. So I pull myself up, so it's an upward action, not a downward or pressing down action. So I don't want my swing or my jive to feel heavy. So to contradict that, I pull myself up by pushing up, down, flat. So ball, ball, flat, ball, flat. Rock, this is ball, flat, ball, flat. So it goes ball, ball, flat, ball, flat. Ball, ball, flat, ball, flat. So my footwork, if you watch it from a side view or a back view, is a ball of the foot, I go ball, flat, a ball of the foot, ball, flat, and then ball, flat, ball, flat. Now that ball, flat, my heel kisses the floor, but I wouldn't probably say that I put all my weight back onto it. So on my rock step, there's a kiss of the hip, or the heel of the floor, not all the way onto it. Now, as I dance it now for you, you're going to see, hopefully, all the things that we've talked about. Hopefully, you're going to see my knee action, the foot action, the center action, the core action, and the swinging of the hips, and then the foot placement will be correct. So about 5 things there. So it's a rock step, a 1, a 2, I'm pushing up, and rock a step, pressing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, rock step. So in slow motion, I'm pressing up, down, ball flat. This is up. Now the idea is not to just step again, to go up again. So it's an up on 1, but then using the knee to come up, and rock, step. 1, 2, 1, 2, a rock, step. 1 and 2, 1, 2, and rock, step. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and rock, step. All right, everyone, we put some music on. We put it on for the slow, sort of the slow side first, so that you can take a little bit of time to do all the things we've talked about. So here with the music, I do a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, 5, and 6, a rock a step. 1, a 2, 3, a 4, 5, a 6, 1. Now follow her. 3, a 4, 5, a rock a step. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. From the side view, a rock a step. 1, a 4, now leader. A rock a step from the back. A 2, a rock a step. 1, a 2, a rock a step. A 1, a 2, a 2, a rock a step. Now a little bit faster for you, because for those who do a little bit of swing, that's great. For those who jive, you're going to see that the knee action is a little sharper, the feet go a little bit quicker, and the size of the steps are smaller. All right, everybody, we're going to now do the same basic step, but instead of using the slower music, we're going to speed it up a little bit, And as you can see, you're going to see that the knee action is a little more active and the feet are a little bit smaller. A 5, a 6, a 7, 8, a 1, 2, a 5, a 6, a walk, a step, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 1, a walk, a step, a 1. Now follow her. 1, a 2, a rock your hand under the arm. A step, a rock, step, a step, a walk, a step, a 1, 2, a rock, boom. So that's both for the leader and the follower. That's showing you swing and jive, footwork, foot placement, and body action. Now what I would like to do now is, one of the things that I have fun with in my classes for mainly jive, but you can do it in swing as well, is how you kick. Now for every chasse or triple step, you can do a kick step and in place that chasse. So as I do my chasse, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I could do a kick, a step, a rock, a step, a kick, a step. And as a leader, I enjoy doing that because actually the secret is that doesn't take as much energy. For me to take 3 steps each way, that's 6 steps, as opposed to 1 knee action in a step, 1 knee action in a step. And I can do a knee action much easier. So quite often I'll throw that in when I'm out dancing and people think, oh wow, that's kind of tricky, but it actually is easier on the body, but it makes it look like there's some kind of energy there that's not there on a triple step. So now how do you do that? That's the secret. Now again, we practice already in the very beginning, picking the knees up. Now, what I want to do is pick that knee up, but instead of thinking about picking the knee up, if my knee was just here relaxing and I use my other foot to jump, that knee actually has a feeling of lifting and dropping. So if I just stood it here by itself, it's going to either drop, but it won't. But if I use my other leg and let this leg be very loose, the idea is being loose. Don't kick. Like if you're kicking a soccer ball or a football, you have to use that energy to kick that. This is different. I want that leg to be very, very loose. Less tension, the better. And when I do that, my other leg is actually doing the work. And that's making this one go. So all my kicks come from the standing leg. Whereas when I'm doing the jive chasse, my action comes from the moving leg, pressing up and up. So the leg has to work. Whereas this one, now again, if I did a lot on one leg, and I'll try the other leg because this one's getting tired, but you're going to see that it's all coming from the ball flat, the flexing and straightening of the other knee. Don't just do this, because then you're going to be working very hard and physical, because this is muscular movement. And muscular movement takes a lot more energy. Anything loose takes less energy to move. So when I do my kick steps, I'm going to do my rock step normal, and a kick a step, and kick a step, a flick, and rock a step, and flick. And even if it was slow, rock step, boom, ba-doom, a rock step, and still step, you can still take it big. If it's swing and it's slow, you can take a little bit bigger step with it as you do it. Now girls, you can do it when you're going under the arm, or do anything you want to do. Rock, step, kick, step, or rock, step, kick, step, or rock, step. So anybody can do that kick, but the secret is keeping the leg loose and using the other leg as the active. So anytime you practice it, you want to do that, so that the standing leg is bending up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's going to eventually move this leg up, and then it kicks. Now as it kicks, you do kind of have a little jerk back. That'll give a little bit of speed, retracting it back in, but it comes from the down up. All right, so this is again nice and slow, so you have time to take a nice size step on the third step. So I'm going to always prepare with the a rock step, kick a step, kick a step, rock a step, kick a step, kick a step, kick a step. Now change, follower, kick a step, kick a rock a step, change, tick a tick, a rock a step, tick a tick, follower color, step a tick, a rock a step, tick, spin, a rock a step, two. Leader now. I would just stay right there in place. A rock a step, a rock a step. And then I can throw in my triple step, and it doesn't change anything. Or I can do a triple, and a kick, rock step. All right, friends, we have now danced the basic, just warming up the legs. We've danced the basic doing the triple step with correct foot placement, technique with the feet to footwork and body action. We've also now introduced into it a kick step in place of the triple. Now we'll interject a kickball change and a hip ball change in place of the rock step. So instead of doing a rock step into your triple, we're going to do a kickball change triple. So anytime I want to, I can do a kickball change. Now a kickball change can be danced in place, moving forward, sideways, or backwards. And basically what a kickball change is a kick, and then you're going to retract the leg and do a ball, change your weight. So the ball change. So it's a kick, ball change, kick, ball change, kick, ball change. So it still takes the same amount of time as 1, 2, but I'm doing it with a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, 1, a 2. Or if I was the follower, a kick, ball change, a kick, ball change, kick, ball change, a kick, ball change, a kick, ball change. So I still have that knee action prior to any kick. So I don't want to do this. What we don't want is to look like this, kick, and let the leg just go. For one, it doesn't allow me to recenter myself over my standing leg. It doesn't let me use my core because the core will pull the leg up. So now when I kick, I'm able to balance. A kick, ball change, a kick, a step, a kick, ball change. Or I'll do the other side. A rock, a step, a kick, a step, kick, a step, kick, ball change, a kick, a step, kick, a step, a kick, ball change. So I'm adding the kick, ball change into that. So I have my kick steps in place. I have my kick, ball change in place of the rock step. So now the variety of your dancing, you have many options. When I do, I can start out with 1 triple. I can now do a triple with a kick. I can do a kick with a triple. I can do a kick, ball change, triple, and so forth, and all the other things. Now, one more thing to add to that is the kickball change can get a little bit tricky because of the feet, the kicking and trying to ball change and the speed. So there's another thing that we can do with the hesitation. We can call it hip ball change, point ball change, whatever you want to call it. It's a rock step, triple step, hold, ball change. So instead of kicking ball change, you do nothing. You wait, and on that last quarter beat, ball change, triple step, hold, ball change, triple step, hold, ball change, triple step, kick, ball change. Same amount of time. So whatever you choose to do as a leader, or whatever you choose to do as a follower, it should not affect sort of the other person because it still takes the same amount of time. To review these last two, the kickball change is, again, a contraction of the knee, kicking of the foot in any direction you want, kick, ball change. Now the hip ball change or point ball change is as you take your last step, you're going to point the foot, send the hip out, whatever you want to do, holding, and then ball change. Generally when I do that, I like to do it pointing it forward. I don't think pointing back or pointing aside feels very comfortable. Kickball change, it feels comfortable to do all 3 sides. But when I do my point ball change, point my foot, and then ball change, triple step, point, ball change, triple step, 1, ball change, triple step, 1, ball change, triple step. So when you're doing a sliding door, a perfect example, let's do that. We'll show you one step. I wasn't going to do any steps, but I think one step that integrates all this together is a step called the sliding door, side passes, however you want to call it, depends on what you're doing. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm sliding to my left as my follower is sliding to her right, and then we go back and forth. So we're going to keep going, and basically it's one triple. So I'm going to do the first triple, rock, step, triple step with a rock step. Second one with a kickball change and a kickball change. The third, hip ball change, and rock a step, triple and triple step. So if you can imagine a partner going from side to side. So whoever on the left hand side generally crosses in front, whoever on the right hand side generally crosses in back. So I'm doing this sliding door where we're changing sides. Now you can, again, there's no set rule of what we have to do. You can let the follower stay in front the whole time, but basically it gives you a chance to do all the options. So with some music, I'm going to dance this basic movement for you, so you can when you're at home, you can practice this as well. All right, so we're going to try to finish everything up, wrap everything up. I'm going to do just a little sequence of basic actions, do some basic kick actions, and then I'm going to do the sliding door, the side passes for you. But I'll give you a little sequence. They'll write the sequence down on the website afterwards, so you know what you're doing. But I'm going to start with just a basic a couple times. 5, a 6, a ready, go. All right. Basic once. A basic 2 times. Now this time I'm going to do a kick step twice. Kick, a rock, a step, a kick. Now I'm going to do a basic with a kickball change, a basic with a kickball change. Now I'm going to do a basic point ball change, basic point ball change. There we go. Now I'm going to do the sliding door with a basic first, triple step, a rock step, triple step. Do it a second time, a rock a step, triple. Now we're going to do a kickball change, triple step, kickball change, triple step, kickball change, a triple step, ball change, triple. Now hip, slide the door, hip ball change, triple step, hip ball change, triple step, a basic, back to your partner again. So that involves everything that we've talked about. It talks about the basic action. Hopefully you can see every time I'm doing it, small, big, small, big. I'm using the footwork of pressing up and up. So it's ball, flat, rock, step. So I'm using proper foot placement, proper footwork, my body action. I'm trying to create a centering. I'm trying to create a nice swinging of the hips. A 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a rock step. And then I gave you a couple things to think about extra, and that is the kick ball change, the point ball change. So anytime you want to do your rock step, you don't have to always do a rock step. You have the 2 other options. So you can do a rock, you can do a kick ball change, point ball change. And in the triple, you can do the kick step, or you can do the triple step. Once again, say thank you to Century Ballroom. All the students out there, I want to say thank you to just Eddie for inviting me or allowing me to come here and do this. I really do appreciate it. This is a trying time for everybody. My heart goes out for anybody who's been affected. We've all been affected, but in a really kind of a hard way. So I really want you to know that we miss you all. We miss having this camaraderie here. I will have to say the thing that is probably hardest during this downtime is the isolation. It may sound funny, but I find that when I get in my car, I start talking to the radio, and it's just not talking back the same way my students talk to me. So it is a difficult time for everybody. I really want you to know that I'm so looking forward to getting back to seeing everybody again, and I will be so happy when we can get back and dance and just have a nice interaction. We do miss you all. We really appreciate. Sometimes we take things for granted, and in life we took a lot of things for granted, and hopefully this puts us centered back into what's important in life, and that is our friends, our family, and the love of one another. So thank you guys. Enjoy the swing, enjoy the jive. I really, really appreciate having the opportunity to be here. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in a future time. Thank you guys.